Welcome back, everybody. Today we're doing a video that's a little different than what we typically do. And for those of you that found this through a Google search and are not typical channel watchers, we're just going to go into all the basics of some of the guns that are used in the new John Wick movie. So I know a lot of people were excited about it. The first one had all kinds of crazy gun porn in it, and the second one is no slouch either. There's a few differences though in some of the firearms chosen. So we're just going to go over them and kind of show you guys what they are. And really, John Wick has really good taste, with the exception of one of the guns that we'll get into a little bit later in my opinion. So first up, one that you're going to see him carrying a lot is the Terran Tactical Innovations, or TTI, modified Glock 34. I happen to have one of those. His has the lightning cuts in it and the coloration on the barrel, but otherwise very, very similar. So you have a long sight radius, which is good for accuracy at distance. We have the stippled grip, which is obviously going to help you keep a good hold on it, and especially if you're sweaty, your hands are bloody, whatever the case may be, it's going to stick to your hand. And you have the TTI, or Terran Tactical Innovations, base plates on there. So you're going to see a lot of TTI influence here throughout the video, and one reason I'm sure that is that Keanu Reeves in real life went out and trained with Taron Butler. He's one of the best shooters out there on the market in terms of the competitive circuit, and definitely a good guy to learn from, and he probably had some influence as to what was selected in the video. But great gun overall. Standard capacity is 17 rounds plus one. With the base plate you get 4 or 5 more depending on whom you ask. So definitely a good choice, and one that you're going to see a lot. In the first John Wick movie, his main gun was this gun right here. It is the Heckler & Koch P30L. L stands for long slide. So the P30 is a 15 round plus one, so 16 round total capacity 9mm handgun. It's double action, single action, and simply is one of the more durable, best built guns out there on the market. They're not cheap. These are generally going to be anywhere from $800 to $1,000. But like I said, they're just awesome guns that will go to hell and back with you and be reliable. So has some interchangeable straps, I should say, both on the sides and on the back strap. For the grip, you can really fit it to your hand, and the grip's just simply uber ergonomic. The downside of this pistol, in my opinion, is the trigger. Not very good at all, but again, absolutely durable, rugged as can be. And this one here has a set of aftermarket Trijicon HD sights that I picked up from Brownells, but otherwise is a factory pistol. The AR-15 that he uses in the movie looks a lot like this one. There's a couple differences, but this is a Bravo Company 14.5-inch AR-15. You can see he has the Bravo Company vertical foregrip on it in the movie as well. Has a 1:6 optic on there. He's using the Trijicon that is a little bit higher end than what we have here. This is a primary arms 1:6, but it's the same concept really, where you're getting the ability to shoot fast up close with it on the 1 setting, and then dialing it out to 6 magnification, you have the ability to engage targets at distance with a little more precision and speed than you would if you just had, say, a red dot or something like that. But AR-15 shooting 5.56, 223, an excellent all-around gun for sure, and definitely a good choice. It looks cool, obviously, with the Bravo Company KMR handguard, and they shoot great. Getting back into the pistols, another one that you're going to see in the movie is going to be the Glock 17. Now, there's been some debate online as to whether it's a Gen 3 or Gen 4. Here we have a Gen 4. You can't really tell from the scenes I've seen, because basically his hand is around it, and you can kind of just see the barrel forward, and on a Gen 4 and a Gen 3 they look very similar. So this one has a 17 round magazine. You can add one for 18 round total capacity. Again, we have the TTI base plate on here, giving you 4 or 5 more rounds in there. Just a very proven gun. There's a lot of militaries in the world that use these as standard issue arms. Reliable, lightweight. It's got a lot of firepower, obviously, with the 18 rounds, and I mean, there's not a whole lot you can go wrong with the Glock 17. Earlier in the video, I said that he had pretty good taste in firearms, with one exception, and that's what we're going to get into next. In several scenes, he's using the Kimber Warrior 1911 chambered in .45 ACP. I'm personally not a big fan of the current production Kimbers. I've just seen some quality control issues with them, but what we have here is a very similar setup. It's the Springfield Armory TRP. It's got the full-size 1911 slide, full-size grip, good checkering all the way around. Magazine is either going to have 7 or 8 rounds, I should say, depending on the manufacturer, and it's got the nice big bull barrel just like the Kimber Warrior does. So 1911s are very easy guns to shoot well. So it makes sense that somebody who's out there trying to put holes in bad guys would choose one. There's a few scenes in the movie where he's either packing up a Glock 26 or shooting with a Glock 26. Now the Glock 26 is a scaled down version of the earlier Glocks that you saw in the video. It's a little bit smaller overall, has a 10 round magazine. If you choose the flush fit, they do make an extended one that has 12+1. It's chambered in 9mm. It's got a short little barrel, but it's the same width. But for concealed carry, it's an excellent option. I carry one myself. This is the Gen 3 version, which is what is seen in the movie. He doesn't seem to have any mods on it that I can see, so none of the Terran Tactical Innovation stuff on there, just the plain bone stock Gen 3 Glock 26, which is a good choice in my opinion. The last gun that we have here to go over is the Benelli M4. This is a 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. This particular one that you have right here in front of you is the H2O version, which is not the one he's using. He's using the standard version. It may actually be a TTI modified version because Terran Tactical does do some package deals for M4s, so can't really tell from the scenes I've seen, but this one here has a collapsible stock, adjustable out, so you can have it really short if you're wearing body armor or something like that, or pull it all the way out if you want a long length of pull. So this one obviously has a red dot optic on it. It's an Aimpoint R1 in a Midwest Industries mount. We have a light mount up front here. This is the impact weapons component mount with a Surefire light in there. It has a 7+1 capacity. You can actually ghost load it as well. I have a video on that to get 9 rounds in there. But in terms of reliability, it's the most reliable semi-auto shotgun that I know of out there. It's not cheap though. These guns are quite expensive, and definitely a good pick by John Wick for sure. If you had to use a shotgun in a fight, this would be very near or at the top of the list in my opinion. There's another rifle featured in the video that I don't have, unfortunately. It's really the only one that I saw in a lot of the different clips that I don't have access to, which is the SIG 5.5 series. Now there's a couple different lengths that I saw in some of the clips from the movies, but that's an excellent gun as well. It's chambered in the same round here as the AR-15, but uses a different operating system. In America, they're kind of hard to come by, and really they're quite expensive. To me, who knows, down the road I might get one, but the reason I don't have one is that, you know, AR-15 does pretty much what it does, just as well in a lot of scenarios, but definitely a cool gun, and shown in the movie a good bit, but I don't have one to bring to you, unfortunately. That's about it. There's some other guns seen in the clips that I've seen of the movie. However, they're sort of ancillary and don't play a main role. These are the ones that I have anyway, with the exception of the SIG that seem to have a lot of screen time, so I just wanted to go over them, let you guys know what I think of them overall. And those of you who are new to guns and curious about what he was actually using, kind of give you a little bit of background on what they are. One thing I like is that in the movie, his 1911 runs out of rounds and he actually has to reload. How often do you see that in movies, I should say, not in real life? So definitely props to Keanu Reeves again for actually going out and shooting and doing the training to get proficiency, so that way when he's on screen handling these firearms, he actually looks like he knows what he's doing because he knows what he's doing. So that's about it, guys. Quick look at them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's a little bit different than what we typically do here, but I thought it'd be kind of a fun concept to do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.